Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? It's Robert Walkner here. We're going to do another podcast, and I got a special guest. My man, MavAttack, is in the house. What's going on, MavAttack?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me. I'm ready to talk some games and talk maybe possibly E3 and, just appreciate you having me on, man. Definitely. Thank you.
Cool. So we're going to talk Uncharted 4, reactions to sort of some of the story and multiplayer. Probably not too much in spoilers, something like that. It'll probably be pretty safe. I mean, you can't really spoil multiplayer as far as I know. There's no Easter eggs in that. I'm only about 6 chapters into this story. So if you guys come in chat, be nice. Don't spoil for the people, or I'll have to give you a little timeout. We're also going to talk some Overwatch Beta. Mav has played some of that. I played the alpha, I guess, maybe at BlizzCon like a year ago. So we could talk a little bit about that. And then sort of our reactions to the Battlefield 1 trailer and what we're looking forward to checking out at E3 and stuff. So does that cover it? We got things going.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. I'm ready for this.
All right, we got a couple people. Somebody named MAKK just jumped in and said, "Yo." I don't know if that's one of your guys.
Yeah, that's Mac. What's up, Mac? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the podcast.
So let's start off with so my screen sharing is, I'm a little newbie on the screen share. There we go. We got Uncharted. We got Nathan Drake up there. So Uncharted came out this week, just a few days ago, May 10th, 2016 on PlayStation 4, exclusively on PlayStation 4 from Naughty Dog. They've been doing the franchise, the whole time. And now everybody can run out and get those next-gen systems if they didn't already buy a PlayStation 4.
Right.
Game looks super pretty, probably the prettiest thing out there that we'll see at least this year and the next couple of years. What was your first sort of impression when you popped the disc in for Uncharted 4?
It's just like a full body excitement, man. I don't know. There's something just with some of these games that, they're big budget, high quality, high everything. There's just an excitement that I don't, at least for me, that I get. But, sitting, looking at the starting screen, I was just like, if this is the last one, I'm trying to preserve it as long as possible. So let me just jump into that multiplayer. So that's, as soon as I saw that first start screen, it was like, all right, I'm gonna go try this multiplayer for a little bit and keep that single player on the back burner. So yeah, man, it's magical. It's here. It's exciting.
So let's catch people up to speed. So I've played Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and now 4. I'm about a few chapters into it, and I've played some of the multiplayer. My favorite so far has been number 2. I thought that was kind of really magical. I'm enjoying 4, but I haven't really finished it all the way. So this is just kind of impressions, kind of vibe, kind of thing. Where do you stand, Mav, with your as in the past? Like what did you play and what'd you like so far?
So I'm pretty much in the same page with you. I played 1 through 3, focused more multiplayer on Uncharted 2 than 3, but I really, I've heard impressions and thoughts about people that have either completed the story or just jumped into it, and everybody's saying that this is going to be the best Uncharted game, which I kind of don't have many doubts about that, especially, with their having this PlayStation 4 hardware and it being, way more, they can push the graphics and the visual fidelity up of the game, and of course add more to the game, more or less, depending on what they want. But yeah, overall, if this is Nathan Drake's final tale, I'm sure they had to make this game go out with a bang. And I really need to get into the single player so I can really, put my thoughts down, impressions down, and get a review out for people. But just to kind of put that closing chapter, that closing feeling on Drake in this whole franchise, it's got me, it's got me a little emotional. I'm not even gonna lie. Like God of War, when God of War came to a close, I was just like, you get emotionally attached to the characters, the story. You want to see where they go and what happens. So it's really amazing. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I just need to play it. That's it.
All right. So since you got emotionally invested, let's jump back to let's see. So who'd you go with the gals? Were you more an Elena or a Chloe? Where'd you stand with the gals in the past?
Well, I liked Elena's introduction. I think she went from that, real sassy with a bunch of attitude, real snappy, journalist / news reporter, from this adventurer herself. She goes out on these, because she's brought along in these adventures. Whereas Chloe, She's dangerous. She's dangerous. I feel like she's already kind of been in this world, so she knows how it is. But I think I like Elena more for her personality and just her kind of the way her character arc kind of went from this I want to be in the news reporting on this stuff to I want to go find treasure with Drake. And so, or maybe I don't, but I'm still having to, or getting pulled into this or getting shot at. So I think that's she's probably who I preferred the most. And then there was also that antagonist from the third one. She was pretty dangerous. She would be my second choice, and then I would go with Chloe last.
All right.
Chloe's nice. I mean,
I like the brunette, so Chloe, I had a kind of soft spot for her, but
maybe
maybe Elena overall, but that's a tricky one. Definitely get a lot more Elena, this time around, number 4. I don't want to talk about too much of the spoiler, but
right.
For the Elena fans, we got some more people jumping in chat. Ariki says Kratos, that crazy badass mother effer, so he's excited about Kratos. I don't know. We got some Mav. What do you call your posse? Your
man,
your Mav posse, your Mav dudes.
It's the Mav movement, and then
movement.
We got the Mav movement, and then the he Mavs and the she Mavs, he's and she's, and we're all just it's the Mav movement, man. That's what it is. That's what we're going with.
Is there a presence? Like, is there like an initiation or anything to get in the Mav movement?
Man, it's really just people that support the channel, support being creative, trying to think outside the box, but just all around love and appreciation for video games. And then also stating what is wrong, or if something isn't doing something right, in the gaming industry or something, we'll talk about it. Those people we'll talk about those people, and it's just overall love and appreciation of uniqueness, doing things outside of the box and video games. So it's the Mav movement.
So we're going to talk Uncharted 4 multiplayer, but just before I jump into that, I know this is sort of an impressions thing. So I'm about like 6 or 7 chapters in. It's kind of like your typical thing, I got that big old story, big old, dialogue scene and character development. Enjoying the game a lot. I just sort of feel like my freedom is a little more handcuffed than it has been in the past. Maybe it's just been a while since I played an Uncharted game. So I actually was motivated to go like, let me drop the story for a little bit and try out the multiplayer. And I'm actually having a little more fun with the multiplayer just because I have like more choices, and I can decide if I want to go right, left, up, or down. Whereas the story, and like this has been the trend from Naughty Dog, with the story, you're just like following kind of breadcrumbs and stuff. Right. Is that a fair assessment of?
Yeah, no, that's 100% fair. And I was even talking yesterday, I believe, how. You'll notice when you play Naughty Dog game, it's broken up into chunks. You'll see, the intro or the prologue, and then boom, big set piece, some action happens, and then combat, and then stealth or exploration, and then combat. And so these games are kind of in chunks. And so, yeah, I definitely would say they're pretty linear pieces of games. It's more you're going along this. It's more interactive than, say, a game like Until Dawn, but you're still going through this interactive cinematic narrative that's, that kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say hold your hand a whole lot, but it guides you. It guides you. So yeah, definitely, I would agree with that.
So now let's talk some multiplayer. This is your specialty. I've seen you play. I've seen you get revenge. I've seen you die and then seek revenge and get people back. I got in a kick. So if you don't know, MavAttack does like let's plays and reaction videos and reviews and stuff like that. So where would you say you are in the multiplayer, like your proficiency level?
I don't usually go float around and say, oh, I'm so good at this game. I usually stay pretty humble about the way I play, but I would say I'm above average at this point, but I'm still, there's so many gameplay elements and just different features within this multiplayer that really you got to learn how to effectively use everything in it, and it's kind of tough. It's not easy, but I would say I'm pretty decent so far. I get aggressive when people are beating me, but it happens to the best of us. So but yeah, that's so far. Multiplayer has been fun for me, and that multiplayer, I don't know what's captured me. I don't know if you could say, because how many hours would you say you've put into the game?
With just multiplayer, maybe about 3 hours. But I'm a big fan of like the third person, like the Division or the Gears of War, like the third person multiplayer. Like that's something I'm always like looking for more of that. So
Mhm.
and then I've watched some videos because then like I got beat up so bad in multiplayer. It's like, all right, now I need to watch some videos and get some tips and tutorials. So I probably watch more videos about how to play or other people playing than actually playing myself. So this is like the in between podcast. I'm hoping maybe Mav and some of the people in chat, give some tips, stuff like that as well. In our conversation.
Definitely.
Do you have a favorite loadout? We got when you start the game. So if you don't know, let me jump back. So multiplayer. So if you get the game, Uncharted 4, you can play some multiplayer. There's various modes. The typical deathmatch. That's warm up for like sort of the beginners. But I found that in the warm up, there's like a lot of pro guys in there just smoking me and stuff too.
Yes, a lot of pro guys in the warm up. I don't know how they snuck in, but yes.
Yeah, they're in there. So you definitely get like slapped in the face right away as soon as you get going. But and then you can play. There's different sort of areas or maps. I guess they're maps, but the way they're built, they're like levels and like canyons and little creeks and slides.
Yes.
And cities. I've probably only played about 3 or 4 maps. Do you know how many there are?
So just off the top of my head, I want to say maybe 7. Maybe around 6, 7, or 8, around that number, because there was the one jungle map in the beta, and then I know they added at least 2 more after that. Of what I can think, there's another one. Yeah, so I'd say around maybe 6, 7 different maps, maybe 8. But yeah, like he mentioned, the map design I also really liked. Is it's competitive multiplayer, so you're playing 5v5, 5 people against 5 people, team deathmatch. They have a few objective-based game modes, and then they have a competitive team deathmatch, which I probably won't ever go into because it probably won't be a pretty sight. But yeah. So these maps, the way they're designed, are very unique as well. I don't know if you noticed that or you really looked at how they could help your gameplay, but they usually have the little slopes or the slides on each side of the map, and I will use those 100% to my advantage. If somebody is chasing me or I'm about to die, I will roll right in those and slide my way. Like it's great. Those are really great. So yeah.
Yeah, the environment, something that's different. Like if you're playing Call of Duty, the Call of Duty does have some environment stuff going on, but this is really like you can throw that rope out and be Tarzan, swinging on the rope, shoot at somebody. Somebody got me like death from above. I was like creeping around. I thought I was safe. They swung on a rope, dropped down on me, and killed me, death from above. I don't know what it was called. I'm sure they must have kicked me after and then taunted me. I saw Grease give you a taunt on one of your videos.
Oh, man.
You had to seek revenge. Have you gotten your revenge yet on Grease?
Couldn't find Grease, man. He is a slippery guy to find, if you know what I'm saying. So
that's what I have. Somebody beats me in some of my games and they rage quit right away, and you're just like, no. Like when I used to play Street Fighter a little more, I'd be like, all right, I get to get that revenge, and then you're looking for him, rage quit, and it's like, it's not fair.
Yeah, man.
So Grease, if you watch this, we gotta get you in another match.
Coming for you, Grease. Coming for you, Grease.
All right, so let's talk some loadouts and stuff. What do you go with? We got the assault, the sniper, the support, the recon. I think. What are some of the other classes? What do you go with there?
All right, so before I say what I go with, I'm gonna warn everybody out there that's wanting to try this Uncharted 4 multiplayer: stay away from the shotgun. Stay away from the shotgun. That's all I'm going to say. But no, I use the AK-47. I usually, in games similar to Uncharted 4, where it's a lot more fast-paced or even a little bit slower, I usually go with something that's more balanced in range and medium to long range, and then I try to just be very aggressive in the short range game. So I usually just run around with the AK-47. I haven't unlocked every weapon in the game, or I haven't tried every single thing that they have to offer, but I did notice that the AK is both, very good when it comes to range, but then also, does a lot of damage and is pretty accurate when it comes to that. There are a lot of guns that don't do a lot of damage far away, but and in the close range is just, you're better off using a pistol than a shotgun at this point. So, yeah.
So you don't get like the Gears of War, like the shotgun roll technique. That's not a thing in Uncharted 4. Did you ever see ever get that? I think that was a Gears thing, right? Where you just had the shotgun you roll up. Is that a thing?
I never really got my hands on a Gears game, but I've seen plenty of gameplay. So that shotgun combat is ridiculous. I've never had a combat shotgun experience or shotgun shootout or anything like that. But I think you can kind of do it if you do a little quick, aim down your sights and shoot and then roll out of the way. You can kind of get that effect, I guess. a little bit. I might give that a shot next. We'll see. But that shotgun is tough. It's tough. It doesn't put people down, man. You got to be toe to toe with people. Literally, it's bad.
If you guys watch this in the stream, if you got a favorite loadout or tip, let us know. We'll call attention to it there in chat. So with the assault, you get just a regular grenade, right, or something. I like just the regular grenade, tossing that out as opposed to the mines where you got to like toss them out and then wait. What's your strategy on grenading people?
Okay, so here's the thing about that. I noticed when I was playing, at least, the strategy that people go with is they will take aggro on you, so they'll rush you, and they'll be very, very quick about it. And as soon as you get this close range kind of skirmish between people within, I'd say, like a 20-foot radius, if you could imagine in game, they will throw a grenade on the ground in front of them and take off running. And it works. Probably about 80% of the time this will work. If they know the strategy, then they'll run. But if you can pop a grenade down by your feet and take off running and shoot while you're running, because you can, blind fire as well as do a more accurate, precise aim. But if you blind fire while you're running away, you might end up possibly getting the kill. But yeah, I would say definitely go with a grenade in this game, unless you're doing sniping and you need to cover your back. That mine comes in clutch for like short corridors and little lanes. But aside from that, the grenade is going to be one of the best assault. You can't really have anything better for assault than a grenade. So yeah, toss it at your feet.
All right, toss that. It's like a hot potato. Toss it at your feet and run away. I hadn't used that technique before. I'll have to try that, so I appreciate that. And you mentioned snipers and sniping. I found that a lot of people like a Call of Duty and some of the other shooter games, sniping, camping, that's kind of frowned upon. But I gotta say, Uncharted 4, because maybe it's outside or these vistas and the view, that I almost want to learn how to snipe and get in there and get that long range going. Have you pulled out the long targets at all?
So I actually I was live streaming the game yesterday for like the whole stream, and people were enjoying it because there's a lot of these Hollywood moments, especially swinging around and stuff. But I went with the sniper class because you do get a set of default before you have to do custom classes and unlock. So the sniper rifle is pretty effective. You gotta be kind of a Twitch sniper. So all you Call of Duty heads out there, 360 no scoping people, you gotta pull that scope fast and shoot. And it's and if you can get good with sniping in this game, you won't have to have any confrontations with people. If you can drop a mine behind you and then mind your own business, just sit in the back and snipe. It's pretty beneficial, especially when people don't move around a lot, or if you catch people in cover. Easy headshots, easy pickings. So I would say try it. I would say definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, there's a couple games I was in where it was like way up on the ridge of the rock side there. There was like two snipers, and they were just like, they had everybody pinned down and stuff. So I was just like, man, I want to be in that spot, not getting picked off, from far away.
Yeah, definitely.
So speaking of snipers and running around, so gold and treasures is like a big factor. You got to run around and get the gold. And if you're sniping and camping, you're not going to be able to run around and get gold. Is there a strategy if you're a sniper on how to get the gold and the treasure?
Okay. Yeah. So I guess what I would say is, since I did put a tiny bit amount of time just sniping and camping and seeing how the camping game goes, or more importantly, the playing it safe, as some campers call it, we know you're camping. Just stop. But no, if you sit back at the very beginning of the game, if you run around and grab a few pieces of treasure to get your currency up, and then you call in a helper, whether it be a revive specialist or a brute or even a sniper to help you. If you can call them in early on in game and place mines on whatever sides say for the jungle, for example, if you're sitting up top in kind of the trenches, you can place mines on both sides and snipe middle, and that can hold you for the rest of the game. Because if you guys don't know, when you have equipment like a grenade, for example, you don't just get a grenade and then have to find an ammo spot to get a grenade back. You have a cooldown on your grenades. These are much similar to skills in, like, say, an MMORPG, for example. But you get a pretty lengthy cooldown. There are skills that makes it slower, but so your mine will actually cool down once it detonates. So you can just go back and place another mine and cover that point while it's regenerating. So yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it.
All right, set some booby traps up there
Yep.
for the people trying to come around. So you brought up an interesting thing. You're talking about the cooldown. This is probably one of the things that's messed me up in my mind with the grenades. Is the cool? I'm kind of used to just having like 2 or 3 grenades and restocking and just tossing, like being able to toss out a couple at a time if I want to. But I'm kind of started getting used to Uncharted has kind of like the grenade and then the cooldown thing. Is there a strategy to that? Has that always been like an Uncharted multiplayer thing? The cooldown on the grenades?
I don't remember there being a grenade cooldown. I remember you would be able to carry like 2 grenades, I think, or 1 or 2, and then the best way to get them back is just to run over a body, and then you pick those up, or you replenish your ammo. So I think, or there might have been a skill where if you pick up an ammo drop, you get more grenades, a higher grenade yield or something like that. But yeah, that's new so far to the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, is the grenade cooldown, and then also the mystical thing. I don't know if you've seen the mysticals, but yeah.
Oh, like the big giant tiki tower that somebody drops and then ghosts fly at you. Yeah, I don't even know. Can you shoot those down, or what can you do to defend yourself against the giant towers of ghosts?
Yeah, so the mysticals, what I noticed at least is there's a bunch of different mysticals. That one is more offensive than anything else. They have the magic genie lamp that lets you once you rub the lamp, you can do this like kind of fast sprint thing and get away from combat and get in and out and everything. And so as far as that one goes, that I forget what it is, we'll call it that. We'll call it the big tiki statue, but whatever it's called, that has a small range and proximity of where it can attack you. So if you get super far out of this range, and it's actually, you don't even need to be that far away, but as soon as they throw that down, that big idol down, you just run a little ways away and you'll be good. You can usually see how far it travels by running backwards and aiming the camera behind you to see how far it chases you and then dissipates. You can't shoot them, but they can go through walls, which is a big pain in the butt. But that's about it. That's literally about it. That's and like I said, they all have different effects. There's one, it's a big like a pole you slam into the ground, and then it does this kind of area of effect thing that finds all your enemies. It pings all your enemies on the mini map. So that's more like a UAV, say in a game like Call of Duty, where it just shows you the radar and where all the enemies are. So yeah.
Yeah, and then probably the most useful is like the best friend, the buddy, the helper guy, the healer, the grunt. I don't know what they're called. There's different like classes. You got like your sidekick, I guess, is that the phrase? What's the sidekick strategy? When do you use a sidekick? When do you don't?
Well, for me, when I use a sidekick is when my teammates aren't paying attention. That's when I use a sidekick. Is when you need somebody to have your back, but nobody's trying to have your back. Usually, I'm a very confrontational type of player, so I'll go in, get into a battle, and usually what ends up happening is I'm overran or I'm being a little careless and not with the team sometimes. But to counter this, if you're a decent enough offensive player, you can throw a grenade out there or just shoot enemies down, and then you call in, say you go down, if you've already called in a revive medic and there's no teammates by you, you can get picked up by him really fast. So it's just kind of a situational thing, but what I tend to typically go for is the revive guy. I don't need the brute that just has, a big LMG, just chopping people down. I don't use a guy like that because I'm that guy, so I'm usually trying to be accurate and take people out. So I just need somebody to support me, and that's about it.
All right, yeah, I gotta get me some more money and get that healer support guy too, because as a noob, MP noob, I need anything that's gonna help. What I need is like 5 dudes to just stand around me and shield me, so I can like be some government person with like the Secret Service around me. That would, if Naughty Dog, if you're listening and watching, can we get that as a little perk or something for us super noob guys? Arakli in chat says he likes to cook a grenade and then shoot it in somebody's face before it explodes. How are you with that technique? How long does it take? Is that a strategy?
Is that a strategy? I have no idea. If that is a strategy, I would not be accurate enough in my shooting to shoot the grenade. But I mean, hey, if it works for you, man. If I ever get to that high tier, top class, high ranked, super beast online, then I might try to shoot my grenade midair, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
How about speaking of cooking grenades and melee, how about I believe this is new to Uncharted 4, the where you kind of get your rope and you hook together and you kind of charge it and you can do like a one-hit kill.
Yes.
That's new to Uncharted, the Uncharted MP, as far as I know, right?
Yeah, that's a brand new thing, and even just the grappling hook in general, I think, is a brand new thing.
Yeah.
Being able to fly around, jump and then swing yourself around to another balcony. I think that's all new. Yeah.
So take us through the motions. How does that work, and what's a good way to employ that in your gameplay?
All right, yeah. So with the grappling hook, it has one of two uses. Two uses? Yeah, it has one of two uses. The first use is the obvious, most practical one, which is being able to jump from a balcony and latch yourself onto a longer object, whether it be just a big pole sitting out from out of the side of a building or whatever it may be. You latch yourself onto that pretty instantly, and then you'll swing around. And if you don't eject yourself by X or circle, I think you'll just kind of hang there and swing. And with that, you can also get perks in game that will allow you to shoot either your primary or your secondary weapon. So I have the primary weapon perk on my character. So what I'll do is I'll run from somebody, I'll go to swing, and then I'll spin around midair, and then I'll try to precision aim my AK-47 while I'm coming down, which usually doesn't ever end up well, but I still try. I mean, you gotta try. And then the other secondary use for the rope is when you hold L1, you get a charged attack, which when you do melee to people in game, it takes you 3 hits with the back of your gun to knock them down. At full health, 3 hits and they're done, which is a lot for Uncharted. I think before it was like 2. And it's very much slower now, but the replacement for the amount of time it takes to knock people down with that is charging up your grappling hook into your hand, and once it makes this kind of sound, I probably just destroyed that sound effect, but you charge it up in your hand, and then once you hit somebody with that melee, that puts them down in 1 hit. So that is pretty awesome, and I want to get better with timing those. If you can rush someone that's sitting behind some kind of barricade or something, you guys are having a shootout, and you throw a grenade, distract him, and you rush him with that hook, odds are you're probably going to kill dude. Odds are he's probably going down. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to try. Sometimes I use the class that as a smoke grenade, so I think it'd be pretty tricky to toss a smoke out while people are kind of blinded. Then you just kind of come through with your hook.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like today's Friday the 13th, and all I'm thinking is like Jason or somebody coming in with the hook and just like smack him in the face.
Yeah, man.
Happy Friday 13th to all you guys in chat. I appreciate you. Montana came in there and joined us. You guys have any questions? I see my regulars must be doing homework or asleep. I got a lot of youth-friendly, young kids watching my live stream. And today I think is like the last week of school or something. So I think everybody's studying. Like me and Mav, we're playing video games and stuff like that.
Sorry, I was going to say, do we dare say they're outside, like enjoying the weather and everything?
No.
No? All right.
it's if you're a gamer, a nerd, a geek, or whatever, Friday night comes, you're getting in front of like a TV or a computer or a video game. No, I'm sure a lot of them are outside and stuff like that. Just so anything before we go on to talking about some other games, anything I'm missing with Uncharted multiplayer, just the game in general? That is
about it, man. It just hearing your thoughts and impressions from the story mode, and of course the amount of time I've played this. It says I've played this game for how many hours? I've played this game for too many hours. Let's just put it there. The multiplayer, I will say, and yeah, the multiplayer it's bringing me enough to keep me wanting to go back to it. And like I said again, I'm just trying to preserve the single player, but I'm gonna play it very soon and try to run through this. But yeah, that's about it, man. Uncharted is so far the Uncharted multiplayer is a pretty fun experience for me, definitely.
Montana says he or she graduates on the 3rd, so I guess still more schooling to go for you. So get some good grades. Yeah, definitely loving Uncharted, both story and multiplayer. I'm not quite sure I'd give it like a 10 out of 10 like some of these people are doing out there, getting a little crazy with the 10s. I guess maybe Mav, once you're done with the campaign, we could circle back and see what you're, I'm sure you'll do a review. Do you give scores or ratings?
Yeah, I don't really have a rating system at this point in time. It's more like per recommendation than anything else. I usually say, when people follow me, it's like, hey, you know how I've been in the past with games, you know how I view games. Here's my recommendation. Save your money, get it at a discounted price, go full price, buy the season pass. So it's I usually do per recommendation. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if you just got a Wii system or an Xbox, is Uncharted 4 at a glance? Is it worth getting a PlayStation 4 system just for this game?
I can't, because I know they have the Uncharted bundles, don't they, for the PlayStation? I can't at this point really say because I haven't played the single player. The multiplayer is fun, like I said, and it's a great third-person shooter. But if I was to look at the multiplayer alone, definitely not. So the single player would have to be very strong, hold you in a lot of different places to really, the single player would have to be like a 9, like at 8, 9, or a 10 or something like that to be like, yeah, definitely consider getting a PlayStation for this. So I can't really say at this point in time, but when looking at the multiplayer, no, I wouldn't push it that far, but. I think on the Uncharted name, the Uncharted series, it definitely is a console seller in the whole, so for sure.
Yeah, definitely with that and any of the Naughty Dog games, The Last of Us 1 and 2 and stuff like that, it's those are fun. So all right, let me switch gears here. Let me get my next graphic up here. Let's talk some Overwatch. Overwatch had the beta it seems like the beta went on for a long time. I didn't jump in the beta because I was busy playing some other games and working on some reviews and some other betas. I feel like April has been like beta month, this year. But Overwatch comes out May 24th, just around the corner for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows PC. How did you do on the beta? Like, how many hours do you think you logged on the Overwatch beta?
Let's go ahead and say, because I did get access to the Overwatch closed through a friend's account, so I got to play probably about 3 or 4 hours of that, and then kind of combined with, I'd say, probably about 5 or 6 hours of the open beta. That's about as much time as I put into it. It's unfortunate because I was more of a fan of, just to go off really quickly, I was more of a fan of Battleborn than I ended up being of Overwatch. And it's unfortunate that Battleborn came out at the time that it did, which is probably one of the worst releases. But that Overwatch beta probably took a lot of people away from that game completely. So, and they're very different games on many different levels. So that's the unfortunate part, is they didn't really market that all that well. But I put quite a few hours into Overwatch, though, definitely.
So my impression so far of Overwatch, I played it at BlizzCon on PC. I'm more of a console gamer, so getting my hands on the keyboard and my thumbs and my pinkies all stretched out is difficult for me. I remember playing Tracer and the Frost. What's the girl who freezes people? I forget like all their
May. I think her name is
May. Yeah. I think I played them. Actually, I think I might have played Overwatch 2 years in a row, BlizzCon, because it's been in development for a while. So I think I might have actually played it 2 years in a row and stuff like that. So that's why I was like not interested in like jumping in the beta when the game release was coming out. But what I saw and when I played, I got my hands on, everything was fast. The characters were very interesting. They almost look like they were lifted out of some anime, a manga, or magazine, or anime show or something like that.
Right.
Because I was with a bunch of game journalists, we didn't know each other. We didn't really have any cooperative play. Nobody was really talking to anybody, so it wasn't like, all right, tank guy, stand there, magic person here, teleported person here. So I'm sure with your gameplay in the beta, did you have a little more strategy? Were you able to play with your friends and communicate and stuff?
Yeah, I actually have a group of, the people that support the channel and everything. We have like a group Discord. It's basically just a big chat server that everybody that supports it has access to. But when that came out, we got a little group together and we're able to get a team of 5. And is it 5? 6? Whatever it is, however big the teams are. And we got to play and kind of coordinate how we wanted to play and everything. And that's the best way to play this game, is with the team. And I kind of put value to games. If I can have a good time by myself, then the game gets a little more value for me, just because, I shouldn't always need friends to constantly be having fun. I want to go off and play the game on my own, or, whatever it may be. So I was able to get more friends in, and that was a better overall experience. And then we did some funny things, because the game doesn't make you stay with one character and then nobody else can play as that character. So we all went to one character, and everybody would play as that one character, and then we would see how we would do in a battle, you know, playing as a whole team of tracers or a whole team of maze or whatever. So it's
so
pretty fun. Yeah.
So I'm imagining like, so Tracer is the one that like teleports or goes backwards kind of in time. Is that the right class? Or like shoots.
Yeah, Tracer is the one that can kind of zip through time a little bit.
So if you had your army of tracers, can you guys just all stand on like a wall and just like go like blip forward, attack, and then blip back or something? Is that possible?
You pretty much could. It's interesting because when you do a whole squad of people like that, you can tell what character can counter each character. Every character has a strong point against another character and a weak point. And it's more like a rock, paper, scissors thing where if this person has this and I have this, they can attack me, but my teammate has this who can then attack them. And, you know, so it's kind of a, you know, a weakness and a plus against people. It's like Pokemon cards kind of with their elemental, you know, one elemental stronger against another type stuff. So if you play as a group of tracers, for example, you could do that until the enemy team decides that you are doing that and knows what the counter for tracer is and then changes to that. And then you're 100% screwed. But yeah, I mean, you could do whatever with the, you know, if you have a group of people, it can get interesting. If you I don't know if you know about the character Bastion. He's a pain. What he can do is become a stationary turret, a stationary minigun, and then imagine having a team of those sitting there shooting just machine guns at you. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, I think I remember. I definitely remember some sort of turret guy or tank guy. I remember, you know, I feel so noobish because I played, you know, you play the way video games and entertainment work. If you're talking about something that's a year ago, 2-3 months ago, it's like old news. So I feel like, you know, that's why I wanted to ask you a little bit about Overwatch because it was a little fresh. So did you pick up any tips? Is there some weaknesses that you're able to exploit?
I was a little frustrated with that beta. Like even if a whole team would be playing their characters and then like 2 or 3 of them would pick one different type of character, it could get kind of frustrating. But the biggest tip is just to get a character that you enjoy, learn how to play them, learn what their weaknesses and their strengths are, and then, you know, just try to assess it that way. I noticed I was getting really frustrated. I played as a character named Junkrat. He happens to be one of the most annoying people in that game for a lot of people because he could put a big tire into the battle, do an AoE effect, attack, and then kill a bunch of people. And you know, he can throw traps down and trap you in place. He's a little pain, but he's my favorite. And I noticed that playing against someone like Tracer with him, for example, is pretty frustrating. But it's all about just playing and learning about what the strengths and weaknesses are. And it's better to play as a team, but if you play by yourself and you get people to cooperate, it can be a decent time too. But yeah, I was overall with Overwatch, just my final thoughts on it, I guess. For me, it was a little, Overwatch was a little overhyped for me. And I'll probably, you know, be making a video going further into detail on that. But just for me personally, you know, it was a little more, not disappointing, but I expected it to be better than it was because of how everyone was hyping it up around me. So I gotta stop buying into that. But it's still a very, very, very fun and addicting game, definitely.
My sun is going down. It's getting a little dark. I just opened my shades. Everybody see me? Can you guys
you're good.
all see and hear me? Okay.
See everything, man.
I've only been doing a few of these podcasts, so I appreciate, you know, Mav and some of the people jumping in. I see nobody I'm recognizing in chats. These must be like the Mav movement guys, so I appreciate that.
They're coming to support. I see Moshi. What's up, Moshi? Bomb is in here. I saw a Black Avatar in here in Montana. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Yeah, no, you're good though. Your lighting, we could see everything. We could see that person looking at you from behind you there, behind that door. Yeah, so we can see everything.
It is Friday the 13th. Don't make me freak out.
I forgot. No, you're good though. You're good.
I saw that Netflix just dropped Scream on Netflix. I've never seen the MTV Scream, and I was thinking, maybe I'll check that out because I've seen the movies Scream.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it'll be cool to watch the show, you know, maybe tonight after this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So before we just move on from Overwatch, is there a character that's OP that they need to nerf? Anybody they need to like boost, you know, in the beta? Because that's technically what the betas are for. I feel like a lot of companies are using beta for like a cheap way to market and like save some money on posters and billboards. But in theory, the beta is to help fine tune that multiplayer, right?
Right. Yeah. No, I can't really say. I mean, like I said, most of the characters have a counter. Like Bastion, the dude, for example, that told you can be a stationary turret. He's a big pain because if he can sit front line and shoot at the enemy team, you're gonna run up and get chopped up. But there's counters to it. Everybody has a counter to them. I never really thought anybody was too OP. There's a sniper by the name of Widowmaker. She has a very crazy range sniper rifle. But I can't really say there was somebody that I was like, as soon as I see him, I'm like, oh, I'm just dropping my controller, or I'm dropping the keyboard and mouse. I'm done. I don't think there was anybody that looked to be too OP, at least.
All right, so that's good. Good on Blizzard and their team. So all right, let's switch gears here. And for some people, I don't know, maybe they've been waiting this whole time, saw the title and they're like, when are they going to talk about Battlefield 1? We need the hype, the excitement. So we got the big reveal trailer, for Battlefield 1 for DICE EA coming October 21st, 2016 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC with, I guess the DLC is going to roll out first for the Xbox One is the impression that I got. It's a little weird when I first saw the trailer. It was like, first on Xbox One, I was like, oh, gee, I wonder if this is going to come out for the PlayStation at the same time. I was a little confused there for a second, but I don't have an Xbox One, so I'll be gaming on my PS4. So Mav, you did sort of an analysis, a breakdown with your buddy of the trailer frame by frame. You obviously were hyped. Did you sleep that night?
No, I was super duper excited just for the overall reveal, and to know that we are going back to trench warfare, boots on the ground, possibly some more close range combat. So I'm way more excited for this, over the Infinite Warfare thing, just because I feel like. And I'm sure, actually, there's probably just millions of other gamers, as if we look at the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer, those dislikes, man, it's growing by the daily. But yeah, no, I mean, I really feel like this whole space futuristic phase should be phased out eventually. And I think Battlefield, DICE, EA, they did a good thing with getting a game like this out. So I was very excited for the reveal. Obviously, the trailer did get me hype. It built it up. I do want to see gameplay. And you did mention, I don't know if you wanted to segue into it now, but you did mention the EA access thing that they are doing. Is that something that you're going to in?
Oh yeah, like during E3 and checking that out and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're planning on touching briefly on E3 and stuff. But yeah, EA is going to have like their little off-site attractions, so we'll probably get to check out like Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1 and stuff. So yeah, so sign up for the EA Play or EA Next, whatever they're calling it.
Whatever it's called.
Sign up for that because I think it's open to the public. You just got to like sign up. So that's going to be their big thing. But getting back to like sort of the trailer, so a lot of people, I think, going back to World War I is a good thing, a selling point. I know a lot of people are like, yes, forget the double jump and the rockets and the boosters. Once I played Titanfall and you can like wall climb, wall run, and float, like in Halo stuff, I was actually starting to get into that. And I was like, all right, every shooter needs to have that. And then we kind of started to get that more and more, and I think people got burnt out on it. But I think they got burnt out kind of too quick. I kind of would have liked to see maybe one more year of double jump and wall running and stuff. But now, EA and DICE has said, forget all that noise. We're going back to the roots, World War I, which I know very little about because, there hasn't been a Steven Spielberg movie or anything like that. And I haven't been in school in a long time.
Yeah, I missed that day in history class. I think I missed every day in history class, actually. I just couldn't do it. But,
so are they going for, like, realism? I mean, like, the poster is let me bring up the poster again here. I mean, does this represent the World War I, your memories from at all? Like to me, this looks like a Zack Snyder film right here.
Yeah, this is just absolutely crazy. And like I said, I don't know a crazy amount about much of World War I, but I made the assumption that this guy is one of the protagonists in the main story. He's got so much just personality and character in that one shot alone. I mean, unless this is just a very highly detailed, artist drawing. I mean, we've seen him a couple times too on promotional stuff with Battlefield 1. So, but yeah, it looks crazy. It looks absolutely crazy. One thing I will say that I am disappointed about this reveal is that we hear less of the information on the game, less of just the vanilla basic game by itself. We hear less about that and more information about DLC and microtransactions, which we're going to go ahead and already assume that a lot of these games have them, but I don't want to hear about DLC. I want to hear about what the main game comes with, because I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not. I don't know. So that's something that they did mention recently, actually, and I'm just like, man, can I hear about the game itself, though? Can we not? I don't want to buy the season pass. I want to hear about the game first. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not so like season pass stuff is to me is been overused too much and stuff. I mean, like I don't know if you ever played Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 or 1
Yes.
Garden Warfare, but free maps all the time, free characters, free costumes, PopCat EA, just kind of tossing things out every month or two. When you pay $60, $70, you should, there should be more game and less microtransactions, definitely.
Yeah. I'll keep saying this. This industry has slowly become less and less art and more business, which I get it. I mean, these people need to make money, but you're losing our trust and you're losing our patience, and we don't want that crammed down our throats every 24/7. We want what we paid for, and I don't know. That's a lot that can be talked about. So
I could see it's a touchy subject to you that you're getting emotionally involved.
Sometimes it's a little frustrating. It's a little frustrating when that's the focus instead of the actual game itself. So,
well, let's talk about with Uncharted 4, when you got it and you unwrapped it or you downloaded it, you jumped into the multiplayer with Battlefield 1. What do you think? You're gonna try and jump into multiplayer? You're gonna try and recreate World War I? What's your first attack? What's the first MavAttack gonna be?
First attack. We're diving into that multiplayer day one, man. That's where it's gonna be at. That's what's gonna hold my attention. It's what's gonna be what I go to every single day when I want to de-stress or record a video. And so, yeah, definitely multiplayer day one. I didn't even finish Battlefield 4's campaign, and I barely remember Battlefield 3's campaign, unfortunately. So it just brings me no interest to play that at this time. But what about yourself? Are you more narrative? Are you more get online and be competitive? Like what do you prefer?
I'm more story campaign first, unless I get a little bored. Then I'll, like with Uncharted. Not that I was bored with Uncharted, but I felt like, okay, I've played 5 hours. Now let me jump over to multiplayer and check that out. But usually with Call of Duty, I'll try and do the story because I feel like it's kind of almost like a 6-8 hour tutorial campaign kind of thing where I kind of get the feel of the guns, the character classes, if there are different ones.
Definitely.
So that's the way I usually treat things. Unless now that I've been live streaming more, my fan base and my subscribers have been like, hey, play multiplayer, and they want to see a little more of that. So, and I know you stream and make videos too, so maybe that's like another thing that's kind of driving people want to see. You can only show the story so many times on a live stream or anything like that, and the multiplayer is always unique.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's just so many different experiences that you can have, and I think overall they like it because of depending on what type of player you are. Maybe it's the banter that they like, or they maybe just like to see you get your butt kicked online, or whatever it may be. I think a lot of people do like to watch, like me specifically, because I allow people to come in and play with me. So I'll get a party set up and say, yo, if you want to join in, you come in. I'm not gonna be communicating with you, so don't play bad, but it's always cool if people play bad, but it's like, I'm not going to be communicating. I'm going to be engaging with chat or whatever, but you can still come in and play with me and you'll revive each other and everything like that. But yeah, I think people like to watch that more over than the other, like single player or other modes. So
let me go into chat. We got the Black Avatar says, Battlefield will now let me be the Red Baron, LOL. So do you think we'll see a cameo from like Snoopy and from the Peanuts, anything like that popping up?
I don't know. We'll have to be on the lookout for that. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of Easter eggs in Battlefield 1, though. Did you hear about the just random the Megalodon, the big gigantic shark in what was it, Battlefield 4? I think just had a huge shark. They always have Easter eggs in Battlefield games, creepy ones, funny ones. So I don't know. We never know. Never know.
I don't remember the sharp thing, but I remember when Battlefield 4 was out, I tried to use the Levolution, whatever the word was, in any article or post or blog that I could possible, just as kind of a joke. And now I can't even remember the word. I think it was Levolution.
Levolution, I think, is what it was. Yeah,
like leveling the destructive cover, the destructive environment.
Roof falling on a second flare. That's Battlefield, man. Making me want to play right now.
All right, quickly. So you're going to be at E3. We got to wrap this up in a couple minutes, but this is your first E3. You're going to be out here checking things out. Do you have like 3 or 4 games that you're like, I'm going to be first in line for these games?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I haven't even been looking at what's there. I've been so much has been going on since it's I kind of have less than a month to kind of crunch out my plans to get everything kind of solidified. But man, I want to see more Deus Ex. I want to see something about some Mass Effect Andromeda. I definitely want to see PlayStation exclusive. What is it? Horizon. What is it?
Oh, the fantasy one with the female gal.
Yeah, she has a bow. I was gonna say Horizon Zero Dawn, but I think isn't that a movie?
I know. Yeah. I think Horizon is in it somewhere. The Horizon game with the gal and the fantasy from.
Yeah. I don't know I don't remember what that's called, but yeah, that game. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff coming later down the road that I really want to see more of. So. I'm just ready, man. And you said yourself you're going to be going through this year as well.
It was just I googled. Yeah, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. So we had one word, so we were good.
Okay, yeah, I said Horizon Zero Dawn, but I thought it was like a action movie or something for some reason.
It does kind of sound like an old Bruce Willis movie, you know. It's
right.
The cheapo box at Best Buy or something.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm a big Mass Effect person. When people ask me, hey, what's your favorite game of all time? Mass Effect 2 is the game. I try to sleep with every character in the game possible. Cannot wait to play more Mass Effect.
There it is, man.
3 was great, but 2 was my favorite of that. So I'm looking forward to more Mass Effect.
2 is great.
It's usually the thing that's always weird is like leading up to E3, you always get like the leaks and stuff, and you kind of know about things prior. So it's always this weird like the internet is just kind of ruining a lot of like surprises and stuff. So like I try and actually kind of stay off a lot of the leaks. Like even with Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, it was just like like come on, get those lawyers to work. Let's have those secrets. Man.
No. For me, I try to stay with the official reveal stuff, and then the more, this detail dropped or this gameplay leak, I try to stay away from that as much as I can. Whatever they release to me, I will take, but I don't want any undercover stuff, All
right, so if you guys are at E3, I'm CoinOpTV on Twitter. He's MavAttack on Twitter. Tweet us. Just say like, yo, where are you? Where are you at? The reception. I'll give you my tips. All right, this is for your first E3, right?
Yeah, first E3. If there's anything you can throw at me to make my trip a little bit easier, I'll take any suggestions, anything right now because I need to know.
E3 tips. I've been going E3 for like 15 years. I'm old school, so like I've seen the ups and downs. Unfortunately, you come in at like a weird year because like some of the big giant companies aren't going to be there.
Yeah,
or if they will, they'll be like in a hotel next door or something like that. So if you can't, I don't know if you booked your hotel, you travel, but try and stay down there close. If you can't get down in a hotel close, we got the metro that goes from downtown to Santa Monica, so you can like jump.
Okay. You
can stay at a hotel like 20 minutes away and just jump on the metro. Good shoes, like good soft Koshi shoes. You can be standing, walking. Water bottle in your back pocket. An extra charger for your cell phone. Your battery's gonna die. You're gonna have no reception.
Right.
The other thing is, and this is like my bonus tip or whatever, if you've never been there, there's 2 halls, the South Hall and the West Hall, and what people like to do if they're first timers is book a lot of meetings, like back to back, like every 10 minutes or half hour, an hour, and they try and jump back and forth between the West Hall and the South Hall.
Ooh.
And it takes a good like 20 minutes to get back and forth there. So if you have like meetings, so what I usually do is I make my South Hall day usually the first day, because that's where like the bigger companies are, unless or whatever. And I usually try, because you can look at the map. I do the South Hall day one day, and then I'll do the West Hall day, and then the third day is like to catch all the the leftovers and stuff. So that's my
suggestion.
Bonus tip, and we'll see the layout will be a little different this year because we got some things that opened up that are a little different. So so cool.
That'll probably be the most helpful part. So yeah, I definitely appreciate those for sure. And hopefully I can meet you there as well. It'd be cool to see you in person and say what's up and check out some games together.
Oh yeah, we gotta make that happen. I'm gonna put you on my team. If I'm in the front of a line or on a line somewhere that has some sort of shooter game that's co-op, I'm just gonna text you like, all right, dude, get over here. I need some help because
that's it, man.
The worst thing is getting spanked. I'm a media guy. I'm not like a pro gamer, and the worst thing is getting spanked publicly. At an event by Mr. GameStop employee who's just like plays 80 hours of every shooter game possible, just like kills everybody.
I got you, man. Yeah, if you need me, I'm there, man. Just let me know. We'll dominate people. They're not gonna do this time.
Cool. Thanks a bunch for you guys checking out. A lot of new faces. If you've never been to my channel, Rob CoinOpTV, do a lot of fun gameplay stuff and live streaming and some vlogging, some toy unboxings. I do a lot of youth friendly stuff. If you're new to Mav, check out his channel. He's got a lot of cool. He's really good at games, so that's a bonus. And he plays a lot of the new and current games out there. Probably, are you gonna get on Doom? Is that on your
I don't think Doom is on my list. That's one that I'm unfortunately gonna have to wait on until once this whole E3 thing is over. I'm trying to save every piece that I have, every money. So yeah, but yeah, I definitely appreciate you having me on, and it's been really cool to be able to chat with you and everybody out there watching. What's up, everybody? And also one more thing, if you could come to my channel, just to be forewarned, because I know that you got more of a younger crowd, so I do use curse words and everything, so be mindful of that if you come over as well. But I said, I appreciate you having me on, and
they want that. All my subscribers also watch PewDiePie, so they want the cussing. You give
it's not going to be as bad as that then. Oh, yeah, but cool. Like I said, I appreciate it, man. Definitely.
All right, hopefully we can do this again sometime. Thanks a bunch for you guys watching. This will be archived in about an hour on my YouTube channel. And tomorrow I think I'm going to do a podcast with this guy, Dan, Blu-ray Dan, talking some Marvel movie reviews and things like that. So thanks a bunch for watching. I'll throw it to you and give him a wave. And
all right. Thank you guys very much one more time for coming through. And yeah, man, that's about it.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.